again.
Tim!
What's your name of your team or app game thing?
What's Sycophant?
How many people are in the team? 6.
Okay, thank you everyone for coming, for jamming, and for not looking too depressed and annoyed at everyone and yourself and the computer's life. In that way, we're all successful. The screen's gone off. There's always something, isn't there? Okay, so we're on a really tight schedule, so we apologise in advance for the AV, and we're just going to do our best, okay? So we're recording this, hopefully, so we can watch it afterwards, and people are going to be watching it online, possibly on the stream. I'm just going to quickly ask you to do something, actually. Here we go. So that we can be included in next year's video for Global Games Jam. I was wondering if you could say these words, and I'm going to record you do it. Yeah. Okay, ready?
Hello, Global Games Jammers from Bristol Games Hub, UK.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for playing along. Great. So first of all, because we're probably going to ship out pretty soon after we've done everything, awarded prizes and all that sort of stuff. So thank you again to our sponsors, MindWorld, to Virgin Grand Chatter, and to DBS. We had a really hard one this year, so I'm really excited to see what you made, and I was terrified to some of the prospects of what you've made as well. Just to give you a quick overview, we've got first prize for the theme, second prize, best use of diversifiers, which you may or may not be able to call out as you come up, and then people's choice, we're going to get you to put up your hand and choose your favourite. We'll write them down.
Well, last year we got everyone to write down their favourite on a bit of paper.
Yeah,
and then it counted them
we voted for them like that. So these are the diversifiers. So I'm going to complain about this next year. There's a horrible list on the website of these, so I just made a slightly more useful list, but it's a massive list. So don't worry if you didn't get to this. Just kind of digest it a little bit now. And we're going to call you out one by one, and we're going to call the first one out, and then the second one we're also going to ask you to prepare. So we want 5 minutes or less for each presentation. And just to remind you, if you have something to show, please bring it up, have a play, describe your game, and if you didn't quite get to playable, then chat us through what you did do and how it went. Okay?
Before we start, I'm just going to run through the list again because a bunch of people weren't in the room. Have we got squished? Cool. How big is your team?
How many people?
5.
Cool. Co-op Carnage?
Yeah.
How many were you?
We've got 3 here today, but there was about, what was there?
6.
Yeah, something like that.
You guys were Make Me Laugh, weren't you? Was there 3 of you?
6.
6 of you. Who else was there? Was there anyone that I didn't call out at all? What was your game called again, sorry? Okay. I got confused because there were 2 with the same name. Right, so we'll do like half of them and then have a little break. One of the games is outside, so because it's Constance and Tom made a lovely physical game, and then the other half. So, sorry, I'm just going to randomise this list with the power of the internet.
At the end, we'll have a couple of minutes for the judges to deliberate before we come back in, so we'll have a chance to quickly get another break, some drinks and stuff.
Cool, so first up we've got the King's Belly. And coming up after them, so you can get ready, is Gunderwhelming.
Try Doug's.
Oh yeah, let me know when you want it. Yeah, I will do this.
Like modular laptop. Change the ports.
He's got like a one other hand.
Basically kind of like integrated.
Yeah, it's like two of us.
So one of these. Just plugged in the cable.
I came up with it. So I did a year and a half into the
Can everyone be quiet, please?
Yeah. And then we'll
Sure.
do a little intro. We'll do a little intro and then we'll tell you to start.
Yeah.
Oh, hello everyone, welcome to the King's Belly.
So I'm Charlie, this is Joseph and Chris, and yeah, we made this, I suppose you'd call it a visual novel, it's the closest thing to it, made with Unity, ink, and with Paint, MS Paint.
Yeah.
So yeah, and a little bit of some other bits here and there, but yeah, we struggled a bit to come up with a concept on the first day, so this was sort of from about halfway through day 2 onwards we've made this. So it's only had a few hours work on it really. But yeah, we've managed to get something that actually plays the whole way through. So there we go.
Yeah, do you want to start?
One of the images. We've just cut out.
Oh.
Is the screen
I'm
on?
so sorry.
Yeah, it is on.
Okay, nice.
Cool. So
I guess the premise of this game is you're helping the King's assistant over there, the good fellow Verilor, to find a new official royal entertainer. The King himself being just behind that curtain, and he's in a state of terrible depression.
yeah, he's seen a vision into the future from someone, and that's him speaking there. He's I haven't got any sound, do we? That's frustrating.
Oh yeah, sound's not playing.
Yeah, it's fine.
But anyway, he's not. He's a bit upset. So basically, we are doing a Britain's Got Talent interview to find out who's going to go forth and try and make him laugh and what consequences that will have. So we've got 4. Oh yeah, this and he can't choose someone because he's humorless himself.
So, I guess the most difficult technical challenge in setting all this up was getting the ink script written by Charlie to work with the sort of Unity project that I'd set up. So that's how we divided the work. I did the programming with Unity, and Charlie worked on the story, while Chris made our art and sound assets. And so I had to make a couple of functions in Unity that would bind to ink and allow him to choose different character pictures to appear at different points of the screen and play sound effects and the like.
Yeah, so it was quite a good workflow in the end. So I was able to just sort of focus on the story and queue up different scripted events and let Joseph sort of be able to.
I wish we had music for this bit. It's perfectly timed to his dance music.
Yeah, it's
You'd have to imagine it.
mathematically timed. So yeah. Yeah, so it was a good. I mean, that was one of the sort of things I wanted to do coming into this, was use ink in some way and actually tag it into a bigger project rather than it just being its own little ink file that you play through. So that was.
And likewise, this is my first time setting up ink and ink files to work with Unity from scratch. We had some technical issues with sometimes events not quite being triggered by ink's automatic continuing stuff. So there's a few places where the dialogue just disappears and you have to click next. But we managed to get it into a functional state where you can get to the end at least, which is the most important thing.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of the narrative, I suppose one of the biggest challenges for me was actually this character who was suggested by Joseph, who's a mime, so can't speak. So I was mostly writing dialogue, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got to just write a whole description of what he's doing, like explain. Like, so yeah, that's so a lot of that there. But it was quite a fun task. I thought it added a little bit of like humour to the project. And yeah, this is my favourite character here. She's got a little surprise for you, which again, like, can't hear, which is the shame, but
It is the moment.
this would be the real moment where we need it.
Yeah.
I can say it yourself. Well, I mean, I can give you a bit of a hint. Like, so when I was designing this character, right? So if you notice, I don't know if you recognise what the flower is on top of her head. It's a corpse flower, leading into like a deceptive, like, pretty appearance, but might smell quite awful. So if you think along the lines of like making someone laugh and
We're being hurried along. So
yeah.
essentially, it's a bath. That's the that was some toilet humour as well. Yeah. So I suppose we should wrap it up.
All right.
I think we've basically showed you.
Yeah.
There's another character who's just a stand-up comic. He's got some good jokes, and by good I mean ones I found on the internet.
Should we just rush through to the ending?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're just going
Oh, and Pierre wins.
Okay, so you can select whatever your champion. There's different endings depending on the king likes different ones of them differently.
Originally we were planning on trying to make it so that the audience voted in some way, but then we sort of didn't have the time to do that. And yeah, this is the ending. Turns out they're all inside my ear.
It was the lunch one.
Oh yeah.
Where you can play with one hand.
You can play with one hand. Okay. There you go. Oh, well, that's all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Virtual tennis.
What? Oh, we're off to it would have been, yeah, like, some used to be really strict, and then
Okay, so from that, yeah, I can send you about that. Do you want the execution? Yeah, just be able to play it. Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, Ben's got like 4. Usually it's supposed to be making sound. Tends to be the one who fixes it.
We got something working.
I mean, that video's gone.
We can't have both.
Many of you will think of alternatives to this, but I've tried those alternatives, and none of them.
Surprise with them. I didn't know. Audio visual. I knew it was audio. Yeah. Takes us fast.
Oh, don't worry about the skins. He takes a while to get in. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Should I be on
Has a tendency of just turning up.
Hello. That's fun.
It doesn't turn off for long. Oh, I don't get to see.
Do you want to swap places instead?
Don't worry, the audio is great.
Sounds exciting. There's nothing on the screen, don't worry.
It's part of the experience.
Wait, that's a 10.
And then just wait, it just takes too long.
Well, it's currently going through the menu
where it's like
so create your own controller.
yeah.
But just run the game. That's fine.
Right.
Don't spell out like a
There are 3 things I dislike. AV setup issues, joy, and people disrespecting the medium of games. Games is the only medium where you don't need to show emotion. Games are about men shooting other men with guns. That is what games are about. The whole idea of this theme is anathema to me. So we have taken the we have taken the unprecedented step of ignoring the theme entirely and making a proper game, which is a game about running around shooting each other. So easy on the Real Legend, obviously. The problem is, I ended up with a team of excellent people who were all pacifists. So they subverted my plans by making a series of guns that are utterly useless. This one down here has got a very floppy barrel. They're still on finger. That's a cannon. It's too slow. Yes. This one just Unexpected
just stolen my gun.
interactions in the game. You can run into other players and steal their guns. Perfect as a sort of disarming. This sniper rifle, the zoom in area is in the wrong place and points in the wrong direction. Other ones you might enjoy are a grappling hook, which would be really useful for getting around the level, except it's not attached to anything, so it just flies off. This gun in the bottom left, it's got two barrels, like a double-barrel shotgun, but they point in different directions. There's a gun that takes 23 seconds to charge up before you can fire a shot. This gun on the top right fires smaller guns out of it. That doesn't help anybody.
There is also an announcer system who will keep track of your score and how many people you've killed, apart from you can't seem to actually kill anyone.
There's no ammo and there's no health. So all of the reload animations that were genuinely made,
and
all
reload
of the
sounds.
audio that was made, that's not gone in, and all of the death sounds, damage sounds, and announcer sounds, all been made, none of them gone in the game.
You can buddy hop.
The jump is meant to be good, but it We've used all the main features of the Unreal Engine, balloon. It was actually good. So I used this weekend as an opportunity to learn the Unreal Engine. So I fired it up on Friday night, played with it a bit. It was too hard, so I went back to Unreal, back to Unity. I put the Unreal startup screen at the start. Basically all I need to do. So we have Kieran, who can't be with us now, Clara and Alex on art and animation. We had Evie and Jamie on audio and audio implementation. They were a lovely team, and that is our game, Underwhelming.
Virtuoso Tennis is up now, and then after us it is Co-op Carnage.
No, deliberately not.
Well, actually, there is a Beans on Toast voice line that is not used.
I believe it's there.
You just have to trust it. Which is the controller? No, I've got this one, so I think it's two others. Mine is here, so that's not smooth. Sorry.
Yeah, probably. Did I give that controller back? Yeah, that's fine. I'll sort it
Due to technical difficulties, Co-op Carnage is now up, and then Slay the Jester will be afterwards.
Yeah, it needs to be upgraded, otherwise it doesn't work with the battery. So if he's using a Windows,
So, did you see my plight yesterday? Trying to debug network.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. I mean, that isn't the thing. You don't really know. You have to just like there's the breakpoints to capture things.
Should we get the Asian one?
It's got a lot, mate.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Like,
Very sophisticated.
when my DLL was lovely.
You have to treat it as .NET and attach
Give us a
Peter's about to die.
Yeah.
It's going to be after the break.
Which cable are you using actually?
Oh,
We use this one. You might this is crazy. Yeah, he's good like that.
My laptop seems to be bugging out with it.
Yeah, sound
Okay, I'll go.
Just sniff around and
No,
But at least it works actually.
I think it's just right.
Let me try.
Switch your audio output.
Yeah, okay. I think that was the right one. Not that.
That may or may not work.
Oh, wait, there's no complaint for me to check.
You might want to open it.
Right, that's all your work.
You need glasses for that,
The speakers should work. These speakers, the big speakers, don't work.
Yeah. Right, now change up.
Okay. Okay.
Our game's called Carnage. It's a two-player driving game where one person can turn left and the other can turn right. That fulfills playing when you're playing while eating your lunch because you have one person each. If you want to play it by yourself, you can, but then you can't eat a sandwich. We didn't really have a goal until, well, the goal kind of came about. It changed 5 or 6 times until we actually finished it today because we couldn't implement our other thing, which you're going to collect a bunch of clowns on your journey and they just start floating around your view or in the back of your car, ragdolling around. We had a bunch more assets and stuff, You saw that character at the start with his long dangly arms. He had an animation, ran out of time to put it in, so it just didn't. Yeah, there's a clown that also had an animation, didn't put it in. There's a train, no space for a train, so we're in an empty void. We don't have a bunch of houses around it.
You can do a flip.
Yeah, essentially it's just a co-op driving game. It was going to be you sabotage each other, but then we decided if you can do that, you'll never finish playing the level, so we had to make it co-op. There you go.
Woo! Police chase planned as well. Asset and thinking a bit about how AI for that might work, but yeah, couldn't make it in.
It did turn on. Tested it.
Yeah, it's playing phone.
Yes.
Which person is like to work out?
Yeah, I know. It's just funny. Good choice.
You wouldn't even say red.
Okay, so our game is called Slay the Jester. That's our team. So Andy was on development, as was Caitlin, Kareem and Rihanna did art, and I did audio for the game. So we didn't get it finished, so we're going to try and present a bit of a demo here, and Andy's going to talk you through it, and hopefully I press the right buttons. So,
Ready?
Yes, so you play a court jester, and you're trying to make the king and his court laugh. And we did complete a 100-hour gameplay plus open RPG version, but I'm just going to show you a quick demo. So it's a card game. It will be a deck builder in the full game, obviously, but the different cards, they're going to come in 3 different types, or maybe more, of entertainment, like acrobatics, stories, prop humour, and you'll play them to match the different characters in the court on this level, and then you get some flavour tokens, which will give them a dark humour edge, or a surreal edge, or a dirty jokes or a dirty entertainment tone. And if the characters like your particular combinations, they laugh, they frown, they cry, and your job's to make them all laugh and complete the level before your deck runs out. And in the demo, I think you don't quite get there. Unfortunately, you're dead. Did you want to talk about any of your contributions?
I guess for me, this was like my first time actually programming with another programmer. So trying to learn how to use version control, as well as figuring out how to properly collaborate with a team of other developers. Really, really hard when you do everything yourself usually. But it's been a very enjoyable experience, and this was a wonderful team, let me tell you that. And even though we weren't able to get finished, at least we have a product to show you guys.
Anyone else?
Well, I was one of the artists on the team, and I mean, I've never really drawn people from the medieval period before, so I had to look at lots of references. Like the big ears, for instance, I noticed that in a lot of example art. And I'm also not used to redrawing people in poses. I either draw people standing like this, or sitting cross-legged on the floor, so it took a very long time trying to make the poses actually look somewhat realistic for a human. So those are kind of the difficulties that I had.
My hand is sore.
Thank you very much, guys.
We got, there was one, wasn't there?
The lot special one.
One-handed.
Yeah, you can definitely play one-handed.
Yeah, that's good, yeah. That was very complex, so
So after us, Pikaman is going to go.
Okay.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone. Should we introduce ourselves?
Yeah.
So
I'm Constantine. I did the audio for our game.
I'm Jack. I did the narrative design for the game.
I'm Lucas, programming and other bits and pieces. And
I'm Vicky, and I did the art for the game.
And the game was made in ink. The narrative anyway. So Virtuoso Tennis is a dynamic, branching, text-based tennis adventure. It makes sense, trust me. When thinking about what makes us laugh, we built our game around two main ideas, the illusion of grandeur and failed audacity. We thought it's inherently funny when someone persists in trying something even when they're terrible at it, and it's even funnier when that person is pretending to be professional. So our diversifiers were Never Give Up, Lunch Special and Quick Draw. Right, we're just going to play through it, and you're welcome to choose the branching options as they go.
Next.
So you step onto the court for the first time. What do? You stay humble, polite wave to the crowd. You need to exude confidence. You need to fist pump. Can you read that? Do you want me to read it out?
That's good.
Okay, so what kind of shot do you want to do? Do you want to apply top spin, slice the ball, or hit a flat?
Slice the ball.
That didn't seem to work.
So these are retrospective moments. So, do we go for power with our serve? Do we hit?
Underhand.
Underhand serve. It's not illegal.
Yes.
Confidence is shaky.
So what do we do? Do we smash racket pieces? Quiet word for the umpire, bribing.
Quiet word,
Quiet word.
Okay. So even the crowd's quiet now, and you're going to feel comfortable.
Do we try something audacious? Hand motions, or have an argument with the coach to create some drama? What do we want to do?
Hand motions.
Try something audacious.
Audacious. Crowd's on your side. So these are text messages.
Yeah, this one wasn't it.
I can't. Mia says I can't pull out now. Yuala says why. Mia says I've let so many people down. Mum even made a cake. Sad face. Yuala says darling Mia can't bear to disappoint Mummy. And Mia says well maybe there's another option in her. It's nitty. So, umpire's gone for a toilet break. Do we slip some cash?
Yes.
Do we loosen the tension of the nets, or do we take more performance enhancement? So this is coming to the end now. You've lost one set, you're already 2 breaks down in the second. These are second set and it's game set match. It's time to show everyone what we're capable Just to give you a brief hint, one of them you get so angry you set fire to the tennis balls, start smashing them all around the floor. One of them you end up bribing the controller of the scoreboard, and your cheating antics make you a celebrity. Another you take so many, oh wait, that was the one we just did. And another you basically try too hard and you're so naturally bad that like the better you try, the worse you get. And then in one you eat so much steak that your muscles grow to a size that you can't move. There we go, that's us.
So we've now got Peak Man and then Gig Economy will be afterwards.
Woo!
Sleek out. Yeah.
It would help, it doesn't matter if not. Yeah.
Is it running low?
No, it's just not running much smoother than it is.
Oh, I see.
That'll be fine.
I don't think that's like, oh, it is.
Yeah, there will be a 10 something.
Thank you. Nothing alike.
Long hair. Right. So this is our game, Pokemon. We tried to hit 4 kind of main diversifiers. So we've gone for mouthing off, as you can hear. Everything is done with our mouths, all the audio. We've gone for the cozy Norwegian vibe as well. The moon, obviously, moon and swoon, we get that one. And lunch special, all with one hand as well. So we get 4 of those. And the aim of the game is to make the moon smile by peeking out and pulling another face. So on the team were Archie, did the programming, Alex, amazing programming too, Joe, tech arts, and more programming, Ed did art, I did sound, and our friend Henry outside, he did music as well. This amazing track was his creation, so all came together quite nicely. I think we just won there, so that's really cool.
And then lost also. Sweet. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I can talk a little bit about design and art, since those are 2 of the things I did some of. What can I actually say though? I mean, yeah, we came up with we had a prototype at one point where we were thinking about making something called Mind Crisis, where you were poking and looking at things to make them laugh or something, and then we had the moon. The diversifiers really helped. Out of nowhere, we were looking at this is diversifiers, and we were like, oh my goodness, gave us so many thoughts. And there was something so just pure and sweet about the idea of trying to make the moon laugh. There was this childlike kind of whimsy we loved. So then we were like, okay, we're going to get this sweet little feather to pop up and put these random faces. That was more I can say about how we got to the design.
I was going to say, because games are the only place you can, it's the only media where you can actually experience feeling.
Yeah. There was
Oh no, we game over.
Oh.
So if you don't do it fast enough and the sun rises.
Yes. I don't know how much more I want to say. Honestly, I feel like I did this last year, and the game very much didn't speak for just itself. I felt like this would be. I can put it very much on my teammates this time for helping keep everything on the scope. But that's not to diss my last teammates. I was the biggest problem last year. But yeah, like there was lots of animator issues, things to try and get to work, balance things done, and for the most part, we're all pretty dang happy actually. And this is a very sweet little fella. I don't know if we said, so Henry did the audio, he also, Henry did the moon and the little illustration of the little chappie. And I can't actually, Ed, you did the environment. Yes. Oh, and it's all unlit as well! In case you thought there was any lighting, this is all done in shader. So there, that's what I'm showing off for. And that's all for me. Do you want to talk about code for a little bit? Challenges, things like that?
Well, I got really cocky on the first day when we were talking about it, and while we were talking about the movement, I made it in about 5 minutes, and then we implemented it, and then today we've been unmuddling the terrible code I did in about 5 minutes. And so that's part of what we did today, and then yeah, it was just a learning experience, really.
I think what Alex has learned is not to have every other line as an empty line, because then everything is spread out so far apart that you just can't find anything in the script.
We scrolled miles. Miles of scrolling.
It still worked. Yeah, that was. I did say to do that, but apparently that's not fun. It would have been funny for me, not for everyone else, because it was just in the game. But you know, yeah, I don't know what else.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah. One last thing. Realise everyone else has got a lot longer games, but we did try and speed it up to like 60 seconds. So I think we hit that mark. That was good. Brilliant. Thanks very much.
Up next we've got Gig Economy. We're going to be taking a short break and looking at the lovely game outside.
Yeah, should we sort of roll so one of us to sort of crouch and play maybe?
Are you alright playing? Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. Good. Pretty good. Should we get the main menu going? Check the sound lines.
Oh yeah, good point.
The golden age of clownery is long since gone. But with our game, the dream doesn't have to be dead. You can still be your own boss and clown on your own schedule. Oh yeah, maybe it's worth just sort of hitting play and we can talk about how it all works. I was on art, so you're welcome. There we go. So yes, this is a top-down laugh 'em up. It's to try and get your high score by making as many denizens of this town laugh. The map is actually really big, so we're probably not going to even get that many. As I said, I was an art, so I don't think any more needs to be said about that. But we're a team of 3. Unfortunately, our third member couldn't make it in today. I think he might be watching on the stream actually. But yeah, Freddie, you want to talk about anything that's...
Yeah, so like, yeah, you're just trying to get the highest score possible in the top left, and you get like a combo meter for getting a lot of people to laugh at the same time. Oh, times 4!
Oh.
You can hear the music kind of... and then the shift is over. Rather than go for another day, earn some more money.
Most of the art assets, because I'm a 3D artist, I did in 3D and then did this to them. So if you think these look bad, you should see the actual meshes. Yeah, you know what? I think it's a success. I mean, there was a lot of like 11th hour additions up until like 5 minutes forward, but none of the sound was working. And there was an ability that made it in right at the end as well.
Yeah, but honestly, really happy with how it's come together. It's such a weird game. Also, we have hit none of the diversifiers. Yay!
Not at all. But yeah, and you know what? I think it speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's replayable, so you can try and pick your hand. Just the concept's cool as well.
Hi. So we spent our first 24 hours making a game which made us snigger, but we decided wasn't actually ultimately very funny because it relied on just rude words. So at about 3 o'clock yesterday, we started redesigning what we're doing. And so we have made a board game. Do you want to introduce the board game?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it was a funny game. It's just that there's only so much we can talk about Vickers licking turtles before we start saying it's time for us to move on and do something else. So that's our excuse. We have a 24-hour assignment. So then we started thinking, well, how can we make something that's not funny at all, but it's about the theme of making me laugh? Because then we were in blind panic mode. So effectively, we created a game it's a tabletop game. It's something that is designed to be competitive or collaborative if you want to play it collaboratively. And what the big thing with board games is obviously board games are really the last place where you can bring any emotion to your pastime at all. So we thought on those grounds, but what's quite important is that in a board game, the amount of times when the mechanics don't really map to the theme. So the question was, how do we make the theme and the mechanics map? And that's the big thing we were working on over the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you play a court jester. The game is called Naughty Courtiers, and there are 7 courtiers who are a mechanic in the game who are trying to creep closer to a monarch and kill the monarch. So you have to uncover which of the courtiers. First of all, you have to gain the courtiers' trust by playing music or tumbling or telling them jokes, and their receptiveness to those jokes varies based on certain mechanics. So you dance around the court, you play the music, you make them happy, and when you make them happy, they confide in you, and then you have to persuade the monarch as to who is naughty before the monarch cuts your head off. So we effectively stole the very well animated, we didn't steal them, we didn't know they were there, we accidentally stole many of the themes that were presented earlier, but we put them in an analogue form.
Yes, static. Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah,
really.
it's out there if anyone wants to have a look. And you're having a quick break.
Yeah, so if we just have like a quick break so that everyone can see.
How long?
About 10 minutes or too long?
8 minutes?
8 minutes.
Sorry, 400.
We're going to have sync pads.
It's going to be like, we're going to wait for everyone. Myself now about to talk about in the room we were working
Mini eggs for lunch. Many eggs. Mini eggs, not many eggs.
Not many eggs.
Yeah. Right, loads of eggs.
Loads of many eggs. After 5, but you know what's really fun? Oh no, I was just saying this stuff. But actually, I was going to say
Alex, can you see me on the screen?
not at the moment. Now you can. Yes.
Let's do it together.
Oh, maybe I can test. There was another set. Don't go for that sort of thing. Was he dancing before?
Oh, it's my week.
I didn't know Ash was here. Is he programming an N64 game?
It'll be about toast. Probably.
Forget.
We got a thing out of it. It was just, that was the last puzzle.
Okay.
But we can wait until you guys are ready before everyone comes in.
Okay. It shouldn't take that long. It's just, I was ready to go at the beginning, so I was like, oh, I have to be ready, and then my computer started overheating.
I'm gonna go look at the board game. I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah, so they're all in there and they're tagged as updated at the bottom. Yeah, so that's updated. Everyone decides how we're going to present it.
Yeah, maybe shaped a bit weirdly, but yeah. Hopefully it should do the trick. It is just a USB-C to HDMI cable.
Yeah.
What is this? that yours? Yeah. It's fine. It's a first part of it. Oh, really? Okay, nice. The bronze. Well, you can use it for David Wallace, so you can onto it. Sorry? Yeah, that's what I did. I've done that some other stuff. So really? You can push it onto it, debugged games in like half hour. Awesome. And do ones as well. Yeah. You happen to want to see a couple of every game of the console.
Knocking around. You got legal clearance for every single game on there. So, yeah.
It's all fine.
Absolutely.
We have yours in the video.
Yeah, I guess. Where's the cable?
Should we move the TV a little bit on the side?
Oh, we can maybe. We'll see when it's working. Where's the HDMI that goes into that? This. Oh, look at that!
Is that one?
This can just go in the slot.
Oh, without the...
How do I turn this on now?
But we had our idea about like a different idea.
On?
And then we're trying to like, whoever had their kind of idea, so we're trying to think which medium, and then they like the more stars. Yeah, maybe the more stars.
You want me to find Gino?
Yeah, literally. So yeah, I didn't make it.
That's what I was thinking.
But be careful of
I
the
know.
left, because it's not the same.
Oh, I know what to do. I'm so sorry, guys.
How is this not? It looks like it's on.
Remember when I said remember to bring this back? Now the problem is
If you want to plug it in to that one,
into the TV.
it's plug it into this one.
I just plugged straight into what is coming out of this. Where's the dad? What about this?
Where's it going?
How's the
Yeah, I told them to have it back.
Everything is dumb.
I just did not expect you to bring it back now.
Everything just good. Change the one.
Everything's rocking.
Everything is dumb.
Streaming, streaming. Is it streaming though? I think it's streaming. I think it is streaming.
So we're beginning again. Is there something
Yeah.
hard that I can put it under it so that it doesn't have flaws?
I can bring another time.
Just something.
Is there any way that we get this one?
How's that work?
We have like a small way to and we've got a sponsor. I would just like
No. How's that? Oh, great. Yeah, I've done nothing at that. How's that going?
I don't know which one is
Okay, let's run with that. You know.
Our next team is setting up.
That's right.
And I made an effort to try and make a thing yesterday because I had an idea and I started yesterday afternoon to make it, and then I didn't finish anything, which is very depressing. So I'm very impressed that all you did so well. And what I was trying to make is a WebSockets type game where we could all play together, and some of you could have been werewolves, and some of you could have been villagers, and the rest of you could have been ghosts. And on the screen here, I would have shown you some of your avatars bouncing around, and then the werewolves would be able to, when they get near people, murder them, as you want.
Werewolf.
Exactly. And then you would go through a deliberation phase of accusing other people, and you do that on your phone. And the idea would be to try and work out who are the people near each other who may have done the murdering, and honing in on who are the werewolves. And the ghosts could just kind of bob around and protect the villagers, although again they don't know which ones are the villagers. And it would have been awesome, and maybe I'll finish it for one of the next Bristol Games Hub meetups. But don't hold your breath.
So where's the clicker for this game?
There's no clicker.
So the clicker is the way to turn off this sign.
Turn it off and on again.
It's just
Amazing. I have to reset the center of the experience.
I'll stall. Hello. I hope you all had a lovely break. It was a lovely pause there.
Okay, I think this is okay. No, I have to face the other way. Hold on a second.
So, in the interest of the theme, make me laugh, make us laugh. It's not that important, is it? We thought we'd make you laugh by making a game that was centered around both VR and AI, because that's a really stupid idea. One of the principles I find with game development / life is we start with fun. So we were like, what's an occasion where you have to laugh competitively? Well, that's if you have like quite an insecure person who wants you to laugh at them, and then you end up being a bit of a sycophant. That sounds like elephant, doesn't it? So we set out to make a game called Sycophant, which is mainly about Jay being Employee of the Month. There were some other features that we planned, but we decided to prioritise that. We stand by the decision. Actually, the level of technical aspiration we had was stupid. There's a lot of AI. Some of it works, but unfortunately it's not woven into this beautiful experience. The idea is that the elephant comes into your shop and you have you're given requests to get different types of clothes for him, which are of different properties. So he will ask for a comfy hat, and then you can give him a comfy hat, and you build up your rapport with him, and when he buys things he'll give you a tip based on the rapport that you've generated. And also sometimes the idea is that he makes laughs, and then we use an AI model to detect laughter, and it doesn't just detect it, it also kind of recognises how real it is, which is stupid as an idea, but we had an AI engineer on the team, so we thought we'd put it to use. It technically works, and we might be able to demo it. It worked once.
I was going to say.
Just over there, the first time.
We managed to get it working in those chairs up there, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm not even sure if the audio is going to work right now.
No.
But basically, we weren't able to bring these two very exciting worlds together, but we got really close.
We did get surprisingly close.
The topology is not the key, it's the RAM.
So we got this, and then I'm also going to show...
real quick.
Yeah?
Real quick. This scene, the do not push button was actually...
Don't push it.
Like...
Don't push it.
Do not push it.
So we're not going to push it.
No, yeah, we are. But it was originally meant to actually, like, when you pushed it, make ball pit balls fall from the ceiling because, like, why not, right? Right. And that was nobody else's idea but mine. I was just like, oh, we should totally do this. But now it's just a scene changer because I didn't actually get instructions for what was going to end the scene, and so. Oh, and also I couldn't get the hands to be collectible, so I had to use like some random stuff to do it. Okay, so now I'm outside the wall of the final scene. Just ignore that for a second.
That's your boss.
That's the boss. Scene, the boss,
Tiny boss.
The hippo boss. The hippo boss was very big, and in the final scene, he's kind of small. This is the best team ever. And you get a bunch of cash.
That's supposed to show how many tips you've got after you've played around. You get like a stack of cash.
Yeah, after you've laughed at
the right times. So like the actual design is that every time he says a line to you, it records your voice, and then it detects whether he wants you to laugh or not, and then it would be responses. So the dialogue stuff, which I'll show in a second, is completely procedural. So it is the full pipeline of the state of the game. When something happens, gets sent to OpenAI with a bunch of prompt engineering, gives a line back, sends that to 11 labs, generates the voice as Santa Claus, because that sounds like an elephant. and then plays that. So every single time you play, you get different audio, and it kind of works. It's not going to work now, obviously.
If you guys want to play this after the thing ends, just let me know. I'll leave it out.
Yes, you work,
No. Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Sorry. Sorry.
See if the audio works.
But I'm just going to say, for anyone thinking of trying to put AI into Unity, don't.
Please do. We're still alive. We didn't kill each other.
Yeah, true.
Don't do it in a game jam.
No, don't do it in a game jam.
Like,
If I had 2 weeks, it wouldn't have felt anywhere near as bad. But yeah.
Prepare the knowledge of it before the game jam. Maybe a little bit.
Can I get a name from the crowd, just to show this isn't pre-recorded?
Barney.
Tim. I mean, that would be a bit obvious. I'll go Lucas, I can see him there. Hopefully the audio coming out. I'm not hearing anything just then. Okay, nice. So, as I said, it's all procedural. Sometimes it doesn't work. That's part of the joy. Let's see. This is what you should say when you first meet him.
Lucas, my trusted assistant. I must say this shop is quite
So, the idea is that he would ask for a certain thing. So, I want some comfy shoes.
Lucas, I require a pair of shoes that are magnificently comfortable. Mine deserve nothing less.
And so then you present him with various things, like you might give him a comfy hat instead, because you just really don't care.
Oh no, Lucas. I specifically asked for comfy shoes, not a hat. Did you mistake my
And then also he has preferences over what music's being played in the shop.
Excuse me, Lucas. Let me see this. Like myself, could you please switch it to some pop-banger music?
So we've got some lovely music made by real people, which is generally really good. It's lovely. We have some really very talented musicians making some background music.
Anna and Giorgio.
And also some really shit AI music. Pop bangers. And yeah, you might want the temperature changed. There was one last thing that I'm going to try, because it wasn't work. Well, this is the thing that worked once, which is the laughter demo. So
on my Wi-Fi.
we are on Alex's. So one of the things we
You're
found
not,
out is that
because I've turned
the DBS Wi-Fi.
Is this thing on?
The DBS Wi-Fi.
It was blocking connection to our AWS services, so I've been using our work services just over the weekend, and yeah, DBS Wi-Fi was blocking us.
So I lost a little bit of time for that. We're going to see if this works.
What are you meant to see?
I think it works. Takes ages. Alarm factor 0. Supposed to give something back, but yeah, there we go.
They clearly didn't think your laugh was genuine. Your laugh was not genuine.
We did it for 3D modeling, VR development,
some stuff.
some stuff,
Narrative
music,
design
and AI. Narrative. Yeah. Okay, thanks guys. Not really. Okay. So can you just a second
Thanks, man.
Next up, could we get Make You Laugh, and then Fat Cats will be on to them.
Oh yeah.
Watching it passionately.
But then when it doesn't work,
yeah, well, yeah, just seems like many games nowadays. That's the thing, like I can't quite get behind it. Because it is very point where 10 more hours. Oh, probably no. Like, yeah, design effects. Which can work.
Yeah, so we decided that making a funny game didn't fit the theme quite well enough. So we decided to reinterpret it slightly. Yeah, well, we rearranged it to make them laugh. So
the idea is that you have customers and they don't like Java, so you have to make them the better one. And they give you like hints that have certain criteria in them, so they'll have like some sort of keyword. So they want something sensible, reasonable, like a very middle ground, Goldilocks kind of laugh. So you at the bottom is supposed to be a machine. It's a machine. And you pick the sliders depending on what sort of inputs you want to add, and then it will generate a laugh, and if your client likes it, then they'll make a positive face and they'll go over the laugh. Is that playing sound at the minute?
yeah, it is a very sound-based game, unfortunately.
So each person who comes into the shop already has a laugh, a custom laugh, and then they have a laugh that they'll, once you've given the correct one that they ask for, they also have a custom laugh that will be made by one of our team members is in London, so he did all of that remotely and then sent them in to us.
Yes, we have, we're a team of 6. One has COVID, so he's not here. One is in London, so he's not here. One went home today, so he's not here either. But our sound designer had to make 27 specific laughs to make this work. From nothing but, so we made it all in PK8, which is very limited, so everything is all like 8-bit. We only have a choice of a maximum of 16 colours on the screen at a time.
We had a lot of pain with having a limited size sprite sheet, which is all of the hand-drawn art you can have in the game.
We very
it's
much
quite hand-drawn art heavy.
Yeah, we very much fit the one sheet mini challenge thingy because all of our code had to fit in the one sheet. So So I was in charge of the art, and I thought it was boring to just have normal faces, so they get a little bit more and more extreme as the sort of weekend went on. So watch the stage. I apologise, and also I'm not sorry.
So yeah, as we said, we're a 6-person team. There were supposed to be 5 of us here and 1 remote. Sadly, 2 of them have gotten ill during the course of the weekend. But one of them has soldiered on bravely programming along with me. So
2 programmers. I was in charge of all the art, so I did all the sort of drawing.
One person doing sound.
Yeah, sound in London. One guy who did sort of like the graphics and the sort of workflow, getting everything from me to the programmers in a way that both of us understood. And Harvey was a bit of everything. He also wrote all the dialogue and made sure all the prompts made sense. And yeah.
If any of you were here last year, you might remember I was on a 2-person team. One of those people was one of the people who got help.
Oh.
But he's fine. He just didn't want to make everyone else feel. Yeah, we're super happy with how the game turned out. We've filed off most of the rough edges. We managed to get 4 different characters in.
This one just has the animations, it doesn't have a face. Took them a lot of animation to get it right, but yeah. Had a lot of fun, I think. I'm excited, I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, for the game to end, we have to get 3 of them wrong.
So for each character, there's a win face, which some of you have already seen, and then there's also a lose face. This guy doesn't have one, so.
Yeah, but yeah, if you get it wrong, I think it's 3 times in a row.
Yeah, they make it equally funny lose face. Losing is kind of fun as well. Does that mean you've gone school?
Yeah, I was going to fail a couple of them because I succeed.
You can refresh it again.
You can restart.
And you get 3 lives as well, so yeah.
You got failing it.
Yeah, I'll speak.
Was it difficult collaborating using Pico 8?
We've never used it before. Have you?
Yeah, so none of us have used it before. Well, yeah, one of us has done a little bit in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we kind of envisioned originally that everybody would be editing the cartridge, but that did not work out. It was just the programmers doing all of the merging, basically.
And I was
which
working
fine.
on an iPad which doesn't run it, so I had to do all of the sprites and stuff separately and then import it.
Also, not knowing about the engine before did give us some difficulties. We were like, oh yeah, there's 32 whole colours we can use, and then it turned out we had to do all these crazy tricks with the art to get it to do anything.
And to get all the sprites, like each of the faces that are made, like you only get, how much was like,
yeah, you have a very small
the amount of pixels you get is not
spreadsheet.
very big, so I had to overlap like the eye and mouth thing. So 2 of the characters share 4 eyes and mouths between them on like sort of like 3 by 3 8-bit square. Yeah. So why the faces are so crazy.
We had a lot of painful looking at tables of colours and numbers which match up to other colours.
If you want a challenge, I would recommend it. If you don't, then
I do think it helped us. We've done 2 dance together before, and the last one went way out of scope. So we were hoping, let's do something really constrained. And I think it really did help. Yeah. I think this is probably the most polished game I've ever made. That's all the else in the game.
this is like this square here has 4 different eye shapes. It has 4 different mouths on it, and none of the colours can be the same as each other. They can't share colours, and none of the pixels can overlap.
So it's just a the peak into our insanity. And then we had to change all the colours as well to make them from 32 to 16 across the whole game. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Now we've got fat cats, and then after them we've got seagull R.
Yeah, so we're team Fat Cats, and I do not only talk with a bit of an accent, I also hear with a bit of an accent. So we thought the theme was Make Me Laugh, which is obviously the traditional Swedish medieval stew. Fat King Cat used to enjoy back in the 1400s. Beyond its culinary aspects, laugh stew have a significant place in the cultural and social fabric of medieval Sweden. It was more than just a dish. It was a symbol of the opulence of the royal court and the endearing quirks of the Fat King Cat. So we made a game where you have to please the Fat King Cat and collect all the different ingredients for the laugh stew, running around the castle and putting them in the cauldron. It's a bit of a rogue-light Metrovania, so it goes in 30-second cycles where you collect ingredients, put them back in, earn coins that will then automatically upgrade your abilities so you can reach other parts of the castle and get better ingredients. If we give it a go, and these if you play a little bit. I got an extra fucking cat. So we start basic, potato. You can only pick up one because you got a limited inventory. But you see the next power up will be extra inventory. There's a really nice timer behind the... So there we go. Now we've got 2 slots. But we can't get to... is there an onion up there? And you get some combos of ingredients and stuff to get more money as well. Yeah, I still can't get there. If only you had a double jump. Fat King Cat. There we go. Nice. What's up here? What's up here? Alright, go and get ready for it.
You might need that.
Inventory is full.
Oh yeah.
Go back, go back. Ideas about a basement, so you get like an axe to get through, and there's lots of other abilities we were planning. But we got the core loop done. Lisa did all the art and animation. I did all the bad code, and Richard did all the good code.
We definitely hit the Buffalo Wings one. Yeah. And I guess the Norwegian one.
There was a Nordic one, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
Norway, Sweden. You can also play it with one hand. Like, it's very hard, but it's...
There must be something as well.
Yes. After Seagull R, we've got Carl Magnuson.
Give it a moment to get on the screen. Scooter game. Hello, I'm Sophie. This is
Jason.
And this is our game, Seagull R, which is a racing game set in Bristol, because Bristol is so funny.
So we're hoping this game makes you laugh. So this is obviously like a take on, I guess, like the Sonic games from the Sega Saturn.
Yeah, so our inspirations for this were Sonic R, which was a racing game for the Sega Saturn. Originally, we wanted to take inspiration from Road Rash and Carmageddon, but we did need to scale back just to make sure we weren't going over scope and overboard with what little time we had. So we made it a simple racing game, inspired by 90s Sega.
Right, let's go.
And what's more Bristolian than seagulls? So, what's funnier?
So now I've broken the game, so we're looking for this mess. So we got a handy button. So I think someone said never program AI in the game jam. Yeah, so.
Acting was done by yours truly.
I think Bristolians will recognise this road coming up to the Games Hub now. Oh shit! And also, some of the shops across the station are celebrating fine cuisine in the Bristol area. Big World now available for 13-year-olds.
Oh, you got to show them the bad bit. And you're able to drift. You can do the Akira slide. Show the Akira slide.
I'll get on this character now.
Yeah, show the Akira slide. And
so we used to have AI.
And so I guess if I could show, sorry, yeah. So I'll show some of the signs we included. So one of the diversifiers was full steam ahead. So now Mickey Mouse is in the public domain. We've included Mickey Mouse. He's so cheap. They're in the public domain. And we've also got Bake World, now selling to 13-year-olds. We've got Pricey's coffee for just £10. You can play it with one hand. And, yeah.
Oh, and also they're on e-scooters, so
it's eco-friendly.
Despite the sound effects, they are. I think that was simple diversify, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
I just wanted to say
they scoop without helmets, but please don't. Be safe out there.
Always wear a helmet when you're going on a scooter.
Next up we've got Carl Magnuson, and then after them we've got Swished.
Oh, okay. Cool. We've got a bit of a presentation, but talk is cheap. At least that's what Gandhi said. So we're going to try and do it quickly. Our game's called Carl Magnuson and the Never-Ending Dungeon of Mad Libs. This is Carl. This is Magnus Carlsen. Yeah, so every year I look at the game jam and I want to do a shader, and I think I'm just going to do a shader this year, and then I find a team, and the team want a whole load of stuff done, and I don't do the one shader I wanted to spend 48 hours on. So this year we're doing a text-based adventure. Yeah, it's we decided that AI is the new hotness. It's way funnier than I could ever be. So it's all done with AI, and it's really funny. It's funny. So you play as an unlucky mortal stuck in moving between rooms in a dungeon. Each exit is guarded by an evil lich who wants to play games with you, and for their own entertainment. You try and appease the lich to get out of the dungeon. Yeah, is it demo or explaining AI? Whatever. Just demo.
Okay, let's get to demo. And then we can do more explaining.
So this is the prompt that the AI comes up with. It's always different because it's AI, which isn't helpful. And then the player does something like look around or whatever you type into the little box.
Yeah, so it's like we prompted the AI scenario, and it's usually a bunch of funny words and a situation, and the AI does its best to make a dungeon crawler from it, which sometimes works. Okay, so as you approach the door, you can feel the air getting colder. It's as if someone is trapped inside the room that doesn't want you to leave. You have to find your way out of this dungeon. So I would say, what is trapped inside? And wait for. I will try to describe the situation. In a dimly lit chamber, there seems to be an ancient treasure chest adorned with mysterious symbols and runes. It's possible this chest contains valuable artifacts, but it also holds danger. Okay, so I'm gonna open the chest. This could be dangerous. I will proceed with the game as instructed by the player.
Please.
Break chest open, that's a good idea. Break chest open. Okay, try the door. Okay, so you get about 5 gays, and then it gives you a random fate. As you face the evil wizard, hope can be a powerful ally. They can give you strength to preserve through difficulty challenges. and keep your wits about you. Remember that even in times of darkness, there is always a glimmer of light. This is where hope can shine brightest. It's positive. That's nice. And then we have like some mini games. So this one is where you have to give it a dad joke, and then it tells you how good it is. So okay, I'll do this dad joke.
I told you we were fun.
What do you call Santa that help us subordinate clauses? Okay. Hello everyone, how are you all doing tonight? So that's a little clue as to what our prompt is. Okay, this is not a topic. That's fine. It's green, so that means it thinks it's funny. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, you picked a good joke. It's happy with the joke.
No, it's not a break point. Once you're not found.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is intended.
Yeah, it's a part of the comedy, I'm sure. Wow, that's a shame. Can I get it running again?
I'll stall.
Yeah.
So all of this AI isn't on AWS or anything, it's all running on the laptop over there. It's using a thing called Olama, if AI people are interested. For that reason we got one of the diversifiers for eco-friendliness, because it's so much easier to run in the game. I have no real evidence of that, other than the laptop isn't loud, and the people in our room had the loudest laptop and it wasn't him. The AI, the neural net that we're using is 2.7 billion parameters. Sounds like a lot, but ChatGPT is like 212, and that's like exponential. The more you get, the more work it has to do. So it is environmentally friendly, trust me.
Did you put Skeletor in there?
Yeah, but he's not supposed to say it's skeletal. It's always yeah, it's not a smart thing. It's not as good as ChatGPT. Funny though.
But it can work underground.
Okay. This is another one where we have a database of dad jokes, and you have to guess the punchlines of the joke. So one of them is real, 3 of them have been made by AI. So what makes the calendar seem so popular? 1, because it has a lot of dates. 2, the calendar, because it's always full of events, chuckles. 3, it always knows when I'm going out. Or 4, because it always knows.
4.
It's 4.
4.
3. 4.
Thinking about it.
Sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah.
I mean, AI,
Monopoly!
It's 3.
I've got it wrong, and it's given me a whole load of
what?
stuff about Skeletor.
Higher.
Really asked for it.
Have I been drinking?
I think that's all of it.
Do you want to do the hash one? Do you want to run through it quickly?
I think we need to wrap it up.
Okay.
Don't do the hash one. Go to the presentation quickly. I'll go through quickly. So, in case that wasn't funny, we because it's AI, you don't know. We had some canned cherry-picked stuff that we had. So what's red and bad for your teeth? A brick. And the AI thought that the joke is offensive to the dental profession and promotes unhealthy behaviour using a harmful substance, brackets brick, instead of a recommended one, brackets toothbrush. A brick is not only bad for your teeth, but also very hard to chew with. Two artists had an art contest that ended with a draw. This dad joke is not funny at all because it lacks originality and creativity. It's cliche, been done before, and it doesn't appeal to anyone with humour or intelligence. It's a waste of time to even consider laughing at this joke. Yeah, and this is when the player poops themselves to get out of the dungeon. The player is feeling embarrassed by their previous actions, decides to leave the game temporarily and find a place where they can reflect on their mistakes and work on improving themselves before returning to the game. We choose to engage in self-care activities like journaling or meditation to process their emotions and regain confidence. Once they feel ready, they will come back. It's really weird. Diversifiers, we got quite a few. Code's open source. Some rooms are full of beans. I think the prompt is a lake of beans. We have one draw call because it's just typing stuff up. Some rooms contain baked goods and baked gods. This environmental, you can type one-handed, all of the accessibility stuff, because you can do anything that requires typing. Although we didn't put it in our website, so if you don't want to give us that, that's fine. That's us.
Right, now we've got Squished, and then after them we've got Make Me Laugh 64. Because these guys first one and then Jack.
Hey everyone, whilst they're setting up, I'll explain some stuff. So, in order to hit the theme, we basically decided to make it an extremely chaotic game. So they're all going to play on the same laptop with the 4 arrow keys. Each player has 1 key. Huh?
We're going to play with the letters. Which letters was it?
Are you going to play with the letters first? Okay, they're playing with the letters. They're all playing on the same keyboard, so they're all squished up. So that's like, well, partly why we call it squished. There's more reasons though. We'll get to that. So basically,
no song, no songs.
No sounds.
Yeah, it's here. Wait.
There you go. It's there. You just turn it up.
Yeah. Should we run to the computer?
So I don't know if you can hear that, but we went for the mouthed off diversifier, so we made all the sounds of the game vocally, including the music, and my favourite is the mouth trumpet. So basically you just have 1 key, and you have to hit the key when the arrow is pointing the way you need to go. Whoever collects the most coins wins, but if you find each other, you stick together and you have to button bash to get out. So you might see that in a minute. And we tried another thing we're going to do, hopefully we can get this done. The banana.
Oh yeah.
So, this kind of worked. But we've got some makey-makeys here. And hopefully what you can do is make a little circuit and you can play with the bananas. And the thing about that is you all get really excited and eventually you're like trying to button bash to get the banana and you're just going to squish your banana. We're going to try and go like this. I don't know if you can see Callie, but she's going for it. Also, you can hold a banana. What's happening? Yeah, so...
When you're kind of like winning, like you kind of collapse with each other and you fight, so you press the button really fast. And when you win, the screen kind of squishes the ones that lose.
Yeah.
Out of the game.
So basically, the more you lose, the more the screen squishes away. And you can you can be tactical about it because they kind of move like this on these axes. So if you're both getting squished into the side, like you choose different people to fight and it will change that situation. Someone hold a banana. A banana? Hold that. Look, you see, they're doing the thing. They can do it one-handed. Yeah. What diversifiers did we go for? Oh, I've got them on my list.
Oh, so all the music, by the way, is only recorded by Mal. So me and Matt.
We spent the day in the studio yesterday.
You heard the drums.
On the drums.
And the bass and the keys. And we tried a one on guitar. That one didn't quite work out. And then the characters had their own personalities. So I'm the, I actually don't remember which one is which, but I'm the sweet and the anxious
Maybe
because I'm
put
sweet
it
and
on a-
anxious, and mine is the
turn this
angry
up.
and the chill one.
Yeah.
And they all kind of have their own sounds when they kind of accelerate or when they fart. And
Yeah,
then
they're all kind of
there's
chatting away.
We can
loud
show you
trumpets,
show
which-
to them the
Oh, yeah.
difference.
The angry one.
Yeah, this is the angry one.
And it's the sweet one. And the chill one.
You can't really hear the chill one, but he's kind of just bouncing around going, ah, that's alright.
No,
Hey, how's it going?
it's the anxious one.
And we think it's quite funny when they fight because one of them's, if it's like anxious and sad or something, and the anxious one's like, oh my god, get away, and the angry one's like, come here. Yeah. So I think that's about it, isn't it? Is there anything else to say?
Diversifiers.
Diversifiers. So the lunch special, one hand, eating a sandwich, mouthing off, they're all mouth sounds. We got the warm and cozy feeling because everybody's like squished together, having a nice time. And we tried to hit out of many one themes from 2 previous jams, but we forgot which one it was. One of them was Extinction, and we'll figure out what the other one was. But yeah, there you Yeah, we might give the banana thing a go outside if anybody wants to come and give it a go. We will make banana bread afterwards. Food is short.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Now we've got Make Me Laugh 64, and then the final game, which is GGJ24 Stuff Inc.
I've come to you before, so it's been an adventure.
How long our white is up?
Let's see how long the white is. So for some reason this year I want to maintain N64 and so
There was a control on the side.
Still quite high.
yeah, the quite loud.
Okay, just give it a go and I'll just
Okay.
Yes.
Right, so this year round I've been the game for this N64. And I'll play the thought process. Just wait a second. It'll keep laughing, but that's okay. What actually is funny? Pitch shift is funny. Everyone likes pitch shift. Dubious pitch bending music, that's also funny. What else is funny? Cheese is funny. How do you laugh? You need to make your lungs work, you make your mouth move. So that's what you do in the game. In this case, you want to keep your attention focused on the cheese. And so the attention rays have to hit the cheese. Unfortunately, not everything in life is funny. So it turns out. And as we'll find out in the surprisingly long time, which I think only has 10 things left to go, you have a different type of gameplay. Some things aren't funny. Tax bills aren't funny, but you can't look away because that is sometimes you have to avoid these attention rays. And with the exciting world of 2D physics, TM, you've got things that for some reason bounce. I'm not quite sure why. One of the fun things about N64 is that you've got 3 controls which you can't actually use very easily with 2 hands, let alone. What else is funny? After reading the diversifiers, beams are intrinsically funny. and so we'll stick with those. It'll enter, it's okay. It was basically a challenge, making a game for N64, one thing I've done before. Making a game with my own art in, if this counts, which it probably doesn't. Also not really done before. So I was kind of struggling a bit with that, should we say. What's not funny, apparently a brick. Yeah, I think you could debate the odds. I'm sure that if you're a brick writer, maybe they are funny, I don't know.
I hear they're really bad.
And after a while, the thermometer will hit 0. I'm in debug mode, so I'm not going to die. There we go. I'll die. And that's a run through the game. 119 seconds of your life well spent, I hope. Yeah, it's running on real hardware, written in C, graphics, found on the internet, converted on 64, using a hobby called LibDragon. If anyone wants to talk about it in detail, we can talk afterwards. I'll be around. But yeah, diversifiers, draw calls, not 50, less than 50. Courses on GitHub, so it hits the open source diversifier, and there were baked beans. Were they full of beans? Only you can decide. But there were baked beans in the piece, I guess you could argue. Yeah, I guess that's it.
So this might take me a minute to set up, so I'm going to start by saying some stuff. I took the extremely foolish decision of doing a game on my own. At the start of this presentation, when Ben said that he was afraid, I'm the main reason why. This is because I decided to make a game that I found funny. Your mileage may vary. Basically, it's WarioWare. And if I could sum this game up in 2 words, it would be fair use. I planned 13 mini games for it involving various people from the jam. I actually have what I call a consent list, which is like a list of people who I asked if their faces could be in the game. There were like 6 people on the list, but it ended up with there only being 2, unfortunately. So yeah, hopefully you'll see them shortly. And as for what I tried that was new, I did a bit of rotoscoping, which is like taking like still images and then like drawing over them, which was quite fun. And also the whole like rapid mini game kind of gameplay loop that WarioWare has. I've never done that before, so yeah, I will just get set up. Hopefully this won't take too long. I'm running Linux, so anything can happen.
Is that Frameworks laptop?
Hmm?
Is that Frameworks laptop?
It is indeed. Ah, man after my own heart. Okay, I'll just slam the display because this is going to be a pain. Just check the sound quickly.
What engine did you use?
Godot. I'm just basically I'm just a complete contrarian. Running Linux, using Godot, doing everything myself for some stupid reason. Okay.
Front, left.
Sounds promising. Right. Here goes nothing.
Sorry.
capture my ship.
Any questions? Yeah, that was. I'm very tired, so I'm going to go sit down.
Thank you, everyone. We're going to go for literally 5, 7, 6 minutes. We'll come back here and we'll dish out some prizes and then we'll go home and sleep and that. So, judges, this way.
I will give out little bits of paper so you can pick your favourite game as well. There was 2 games with the same name, so distinguish between Make Me Laugh 64 and Make Me Laugh Pico 8.
Is there a list you can get up like each?
Yeah,
Most of them are on the Global Game Jam site, but not all of them are.
Or just describe it.
Yeah, just describe it. Yeah.
Or you can all huddle with each other. Like,
My game. And 2 of them have AI, so be careful.
I think last year there was 3 that were just the one with the plant dungeon, which is part of the games. So I'll give out this paper to you through, and then I'll collect them up.
I know.
Oh, as we leave, time for a king's belly sweet.
Oh yeah. You're fairly kind.
Yeah, could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Yeah, I was already going to be bumming a horse or something.
I don't know, man. I think there's a chance.
I think so. Most of it was MS Paint.